Ever wondered if we could zip around in the sky without the roar of engines, just like in Star Trek? The hush of the future may be closer than you think, and it's all thanks to some groundbreaking advancements in aviation technology. Imagine, if you will, fighter jets soaring through the skies, minus the deafening roar or the fiery blazes of thrust. Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But hold on to your hats, folks, because this isn't the stuff of Hollywood anymore. The United States government, always at the forefront of technological innovation, has been tinkering away at a project that could revolutionize the way we think about flight. We're talking about fighter jets that don't require thrust or propellers to fly. Yes, you heard that right. It's as if someone just hit fast forward on the future and here we are, living in it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, where's my personal teleportation device? Well, one step at a time, my friends. We may not be teleporting our way to work just yet, but we're certainly on the brink of witnessing the dawn of a new era in aviation. Imagine the possibilities. Stealth missions carried out with the same ease as a whisper in the wind. Aerial acrobats performing feats of unimaginable daring, unencumbered by the limitations of conventional propulsion. It's like something out of a comic book, and yet it's happening right here, right now. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This technology is still in its infancy, and there are plenty of hurdles to overcome. But if there's one thing we've learned from history, it's that when it comes to pushing the boundaries of what's possible, the sky's the limit. Or in this case, maybe not even that. So, hold on to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. The future of flight is upon us, and it promises to be a wild ride. If this news doesn't propel you to the edge of your seats, I don't know what will. So, how do these gravity-defying machines work, you ask? Well, grab your lab coats and strap in, because we're about to delve into the world of physics and futuristic tech. Imagine, if you will, the classic tale of an apple falling from a tree. Now, what if we could make that apple float, or even rise? This is the core idea behind these new breed of jets, no pun intended. They're not just defying gravity, they're giving it a cheeky wink and a wave as they soar upwards, no thrust or propellers required. The whole concept is rooted in what we call gravitational manipulation. It's like that time you convinced your little brother he could fly if he flapped his arms really hard, but on a much grander and more scientifically sound scale. These jets are designed to manipulate the gravitational field around them, causing them to fall upwards. It's as if they're constantly tripping over an invisible stair, but instead of face planting, they're acing the stair-climbing marathon. Now you might be thinking, isn't that a bit like cheating? And you'd be right. It's like showing up to a foot race with a jetpack. But in the realm of physics, we're not so much concerned with fair play as we are with pushing the boundaries of what's possible. In essence, these jets are using the very force that's supposed to keep them grounded as a springboard to the stars. They're like that overachiever who uses their limitations as motivation to reach new heights. It's not just about defying gravity, it's about harnessing it, manipulating it, and making it work for us instead of against us. And the best part, this isn't just theoretical mumbo-jumbo, these jets are real, they're here, and they're ready to rise to the occasion more effectively than your morning coffee ever could. So next time you're feeling weighed down by the world, remember these gravity-defying jets. If they can turn the force that keeps us grounded into a launching pad, who knows what we can achieve when we start thinking outside the box. And there you have it, folks. Who knew science could be so uplifting? But wait, there's more. The sky's not the limit for these trailblazing jets. Imagine a world where your morning commute involves strapping on your personal jet and zipping across the city, high above the honking horns and gridlock traffic. Sounds like a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But with this new generation of thrustless and propellerless jets, that future might not be as far off as you think. Now let's take a wacky detour and contemplate some of the more humorous applications of this technology. Picture this, you're kicking back on a Friday night, craving a cheesy pepperoni pizza. You whip out your phone, place an order, and before you know it, there's a drone fighter jet hybrid zooming towards your house, a box of piping hot pizza in tow. That's right, folks. Jet-powered pizza deliveries could very well become a reality in the foreseeable future. And then there are the sky-high traffic jams. Imagine being stuck in a mid-air traffic jam, hanging there in your jet, waiting for the flying traffic lights to turn green. You'd probably be thinking, I left the ground to avoid this very situation. But hey, at least you'd have a pretty spectacular view to enjoy while you're waiting. These examples might sound a tad far-fetched, but they're not entirely out of the realm of possibility. After all, This technology has the potential to revolutionize not just military aviation, but civilian transportation as well. It could lead to faster, more efficient travel, making the world a smaller place in the process. So, whether it's for pizza deliveries, personal commuting, or potentially even space travel, the sky's truly not the limit for these innovative jets. They're redefining what we thought was possible, pushing the boundaries of technology, and propelling us towards a future that's as exciting as it is unpredictable. So, next time your pizza comes flying in, don't be too shocked. Now, before you start planning your jet-propelled commute, let's do a reality check. This technology, as mind-blowing as it is, does come with its own set of challenges. Picture this: you're cruising in your propellerless jet, the wind in your hair, or helmet, safety first, when suddenly, you're stuck in a sky-high traffic jam. You see, we might need to install air traffic lights, and I'm not talking about those friendly blinking lights on the ground. We're talking full-on, three-color synchronized lights hanging in midair. The red light would no longer just mean stop, it would also mean don't drop. And just when you thought parking was a nightmare on the ground, imagine trying to find a spot in a multi-level sky-high parking lot. Parallel parking? Try perpendicular parking, and remember there's no curb to gently bump against when you're up there. It's all skydiving from there, my friend. Then there's weather. A little drizzle or snow on the ground might be a slight inconvenience for your car, but in a jet, you'll need more than just an umbrella. And let's not even get started on the turbulence. You thought it was bad in a commercial airplane? Just wait until you're trying to steer your own personal jet through a thunderstorm. Of course, there's also the small matter of cost. These jets aren't exactly going to be priced like a second-hand sedan. They're more likely to fall in the "if you have to ask, you can't afford it" category. And finally, the most important question of all, where on Earth, or rather in the sky, are the cup holders? I mean, you can't expect us to fly without our morning coffee, can you? On the bright side, at least you won't have to worry about potholes. So, what does this all mean for us ground dwellers, you might be asking? Well, let's take a moment to circle back and touch down on the key points we've been soaring through. We started our journey with a flight to the future, where we delved into the riveting world of next-gen fighter jets. These aren't your run-of-the-mill propeller-twirling aircraft. Oh no, my friends, these are gravity-defying, physics-challenging, mind-bending pieces of engineering genius. Then, we defied gravity, literally. We talked about how these futuristic jets don't rely on thrust or propellers to take to the skies. They scoff at gravity, toss it a cheeky salute, and take off into the blue yonder. It's like watching a bird take flight, but if the bird was a multi-million-dollar high-tech piece of machinery. Next, we ventured into the realm where the sky's not the limit. We discussed how these jets aren't just about getting from point A to B. They're about pushing boundaries, exploring possibilities, and rewriting the rules of aviation. It's not just about touching the sky, it's about carving a new path through it. Of course, we also had a reality check. We acknowledged the challenges, the hurdles, and the long road to making this future a reality. But hey, if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth doing, right? And now, here we are, at the wings of change. We've seen a glimpse of a future where the skies are not just for birds but for us too. A future where we might be zipping around like Jetsons, leaving contrails of innovation in our wake. So keep your eyes on the skies, folks. Because the horizon holds more than just the sunset. It holds the promise of a future that's as exciting as it is unpredictable. And there you have it, folks. A glimpse into a future where we all might be zipping around like Jetsons. Until then, keep your seatbelts fastened and your sense of humor flying high.